Hi there, this is Jacob Nash, and this is a review of Module 56, Psychodynamic Theory of Personality. So I hope you can hear me just as well in this video. I got a new computer, and it actually has a mic that's not a piece of crap on it. So I'm trying to do that instead of using my actual mic. So we'll see if this works. Uh, so uh, we know who is the main psychodynamic person? Freud, right? We did talk about him on the last module, but we're talking now more about modern um, psychodynamic people because pretty much we realized that Freud said was dumb. Well, some of it at least. Some of those things were just dumb. So let's see what they ended up thinking. So the psychodynamic theories we consider as the modern day approaches that view personality with a focus on the unconscious and importance of childhood experiences. So some of the things that are different between the modern ones and Freud is that some of Freud's dumb things, like remember his stages of psychodevelopment and the things like the Oedipus complex, they realized that was not true. And but they still believe the root of what Freud said is that childhood experiences and the unconscious are what makes it like what our personality is and our behaviors pretty much too. But we're talking about personality. So you got the main person that you need to know that was a psychodynamic person that looked at personality. The main person that you need to know in this video is him, Carl Jung. And here's what he thought. He thought that we had a collective unconscious. So what does that sound like? That sounds like that everyone has a shared inherited reservoir of memory traces, archetypes. We're going to talk more about that in a second, from our species history. So if you see, this almost seems a more like even touching into Darwin's things like evolutionary. So archetypes, these are just behaviors and memories that are in our collective unconscious, according to him. He said that we had a persona and shadow. Persona is what is our exterior, what we show to the outside world. And then the shadow is what we're really like inside. And he also thought that we had anima and animus, which are the female and male side of our personality. So you got to know about those things. So projective tests. So projective tests are a personality test that provides ambiguous stimuli designed to trigger projection of one's inner dynamics. So in other words, it's just a test that is designed to trigger what we're actually like. And here's two examples of ones that you need to know. TAT. So in this one, people express their inner feelings and thoughts through stories they make up about ambiguous scenes. So they see a scene and then they make up a story about it. And then there's the Rorschach, which identifies people's feelings by analyzing their interpretations of blots. So I should have included a picture. There will just be like these interesting designs that, based on someone's interpretation of what they think it is, it says what their personality is. False consensus effect. This is the tendency for us to overestimate the extent to which others share our beliefs and our behaviors. So sometimes we just might assume that everyone thinks this, or everyone is like this, but we sometimes forget that there will always be the out of the ordinary people. Terror management theory. This is a theory of death-related anxiety, which is that we are afraid of death. So we adopt worldviews that allow us to find meaning and worth in our lives. Pretty simple. Inferiority complex. If you notice, this is not that hard of a module, pretty much, because the words are just sound like what they are. But this is a feeling that one is not as good as others. Another remember we already talked about Carl Jung. Now you need to know about Alder. You need to know that's another psychodynamic personality guy. This is who thought about this. And then the third one that you need to know, Karen Horney's theory, she suggested that childhood anxiety leads for our need for love and security as adults. Pretty simple. Not a whole lot to say about that. All right, some questions here. What is a personality test, such as the Rorschach, that provides ambiguous stimuli designed to trigger projection of one's inner dynamics? That is known as projective test. Which personality tests are designed? And if you notice that R is really small, that's because, like I've said so many times, I don't make these questions. And the person that did said is. I'm not going to have an incorrect grammar thing, so I tried to change it. Which personality tests are designed to assess from a psychoanalytic point of view? Well, I didn't specifically say this, but basically, Rorschach, well, really the full name of that thing is Rorschach ink blot, because you are interpreting an ink blot, but you don't really need to know that. You can just say Rorschach. And the TAT test. What perspective views personality based on unconscious desires? Oh, that's easy. Psychodynamic. What's the purpose of using projective personality tests? The purpose is to provide information about one's inner dynamics. That's what I'm talking about. These questions are just redundant and annoying because that's pretty much already says that in number one, but that's okay. Carl Jung's concept of a shared inherited reservoir. Yeah, don't need to say the other part. We already know. Collective unconscious. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, don't want to break this new computer. There you go. Thanks for watching.